We are here for the match preview. Vitesse against Tottenham tomorrow night, 5:45 kickoff. A nice early kickoff for you guys. But when you look at Vitesse, the team that we're coming up against, they're on fairly good form. 3 wins out of their last 5 games, 6th in their league. I mean, Ajax are just completely destroying everyone in that league this year again. But Vitesse not doing bad. They beat Feyenoord not long ago, who are also on themselves nice little bit of run of form. They lost 2-1 to Rennes last time out in the Conference League. So, I mean, we should really be looking to win this game quite comfortably. But having said that, I really don't want to see any of those starting 11 that played against Newcastle play in this game.
Yeah, I think in terms of the level of competition, they're a much better side than Mura were last time out. I think a different level to them.
They beat Mura 2-0 away.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure they're a much better side than Mura. Being coming from the Dutch league, as much as it's not the best league, it's definitely a step up from a lot of the other leagues we're going to come up.
Yeah.
Exactly, Slovenian or Moldovan or Romanian, all that kind of stuff. They're probably similar level to Passos that we played in the pre-season game, and we saw when we made a host of changes and played a bunch of youngsters in the first leg against Passos, we got unstuck and we lost. And I think if we were to do the same in this game, I think we would lose. I really believe that. So I think there needs to be a bit of strength in the lineup. I have the feeling if we play both neither Kane nor Son, if we play Scarlett up front, I reckon we'll struggle to score. That's the feeling I get in this game. So I've got a feeling he's going to go for one of them, unfortunately, with West Ham coming up on Sunday, wouldn't be ideal. I would give Scarlett a go, but I've got a feeling he's going to want to just win the game and try and get through the group as quickly as possible. And he would need to probably play one of Kane and Son up front for this game to do that, because Scarlett has struggled so far whenever he's been given an opportunity. Against Mura, he wasn't able to affect the game. Against Passos, he wasn't either. And do I see Nuno giving him a run out against Vitesse after those 2 performances? I think it's hard.
The thing is with Scarlett, like every time he's played in a team with not much around him, kind of thing. I'd like to see him with a bit of the first team players around him, with a bit of creativity, players that can feed him through. You know what I mean? Because he's been out on his own pretty much the 2 times he's played.
I just think he struggled.
He did struggle, and I think that's why he struggled. I think, yes, fine, he's not physically imposing and he's got to grow into his body, and you know he's got a long way to go to get to that physique level of a Premier League footballer. But I think that if he had players around him that could really help him out, I think you would see a lot better Dane Scarlett.
I don't know. I think he had players. I think he had good players around him before. He had like Hill and Lo Celso, but he just wasn't able to get on the ball at all. Like he had, I just think he's not ready yet. That's just. I don't think he's a bad player or anything. I just don't think he's ready for that step up. Just every player develops at a different stage. I'm sure he's going to be a big player for us in the future. I just think right now at 17 years of age, it's not fair to expect him to be ready at this age.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You know what I mean? And so, I don't think it's a case of he has to try this formation. I'm sure maybe if we played him in a 2 up top with Kane, he would get a lot more joy because the defenders will be drawn to Kane and he'll leave a lot of space for Scarlett. But
you know, playing him up front on his own in a Conference League game or any game, right? And you've got the Conference League squad in there with him. I think it's just an uphill battle from the start, and like he's always going to be isolated like that in that sort of system. And I think play him up front. Yeah,
but that's what we need. Like that's the only chance. He's never going to play in the first team. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I know that, but
team.
I'm saying like in a Conference League game, if we're going to play him in a Conference League game, put him in and around, put another striker up with him, give him some more help, you know what I mean?
But that completely defeats the point of giving Kane and Son a rest if we need Kane and Son to play
I get that.
Scarlett.
I get that, but also it's all about nurturing his talent and also giving him a bit of confidence as well. And I think like we could leave out one of Kane or Son and play them with Dane Scarlett. You know what I mean? It gives us a bit of flexibility, just not much. And that's the situation that we're in right now, because we don't have that flexibility because we didn't buy the players in the summer.
Correct. And that obviously goes down to the recruitment. Obviously, we all know that. But I'm just saying, if we're doing all these things to try and fit Scarlett in, I mean, you might as well just carry on the formation and we're going with, so that all the players are up to speed with it, instead of change the whole formation to fit in Scarlett. It doesn't make much sense. If we're not going, the only reason to play Scarlett is to give Son and Kane both a rest. If you're not
one of them a rest.
I think both of them.
I mean, at least one of them. at least.
If you're going to give one of them, you might as well just not play Scarlett and then play a 4-3-3 with Bergwijn and Gil. You know what I mean? And then play one of them. Why play both of them?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Could do.
So like either he plays as a replacement for them. That's the only reason I see to play Scarlett. I wouldn't play him to play him alongside one of Kane or Son, because I don't think it's necessary. Like in that instance, because as much as I want him to do well, I want him to grow for sure. But he's 17. He's got time on his side. Like, there's no reason to rush. Why are we rushing him? Like, I feel like
we're rushing him because we didn't buy anyone.
Yeah, but
That's
I feel like it's not fair on him. It's not fair to rush him and to keep playing him and like.
But it's the situation we're in.
Yeah, but I don't think it is. Like, it's the situation we're in. Yeah, but I don't feel like I feel like it's better to use Kane and Son probably more than to use Scarlett now when he's not ready. Might as well just wait till January to try and get an reinforcement. That's just the reality, I think. I wouldn't try and just ham fist Scarlett in just to get him in just because he's a young striker. You know what I mean? He has to be ready for it, and we risk like him losing a lot of confidence in himself if he keeps struggling the way he has been. I feel.
Yeah.
That's the worry.
But ultimately, like with West Ham around the corner, with Man United around the corner, Burnley in the cup as well. I mean, if it was up to me, I would really. I might play Dane Scarlett again, just because I find the games on the weekend is so much more important, to be honest, to keep that good winning feeling in the league.
Yeah, I understand that, and to be honest, I wouldn't be against playing him like on his own, and even if he's not ready, because I just feel like giving Cadence on the rest is that important, that and keeping them fresh for the weekend and not risking them in these kind of games in the Conference League. For me, yeah, I would go with Scarlett, but as Nuno as a manager trying to take the Conference League in a semi-serious way, I just feel like he won't. But
I think we should take it more seriously when we get into the knockout stages, and I think we're going to get through this group. We're going to get through this group no matter what, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I think he'll want to show respect to Vitesse. Vitesse, as much as they're obviously not one of the top sides in Europe or even in their league for sure, but the Dutch league is not that. Look, it's a half decent league. It's not like a complete shit show of a league. You know what I mean? If you don't play. If you play a completely weakened team, you're going to get turned over. They're not that bad that you can just put anyone out and win.
Definitely. Yeah,
so that's why I feel like Nuno will want to put some respect to them by the lineup he puts out.
Yeah,
that's the feeling I get.
Yeah, but when you say respect, I mean, how far does he take it?
Probably one of Kane or Son.
One of Kane or Son.
Bergwijn.
Bergwijn, Hill. Højbjerg and Skip.
Lo Celso probably gets a run out, I reckon.
Højbjerg and Skip have to rest for me. That means Harry Winks will probably play.
Yeah, I think Lo Celso plays.
Lo Celso, Winks. And who else in that middle?
Yeah, I read maybe Lucas play. I probably want to Skip or Højbjerg going to play, aren't they? That's reality.
If it is one of the two, which one would you rather see play?
Probably Skip, because I think his role and his age, I think the more games for him, the better anyway. I think the more he gets used to playing with his teammates, the better. And his position, I don't think he does as much, he exerts as much energy or covers as much ground as Højbjerg would. I think Højbjerg really needs to be at top freshness to be effective. I think Skip can play 2 games in a week more than Højbjerg can, in my opinion. So I probably would pick Skip. And he is more of an anchor as well. Might allow Lo Celso a bit more freedom if Skip's on the pitch than if Højbjerg is there. So that's why I'm going for Skip.
And then what's the situation with the fullbacks? Because we don't even know if we got Sessegnon's out injured.
Davis was on the bench.
Was he on the bench? So
he'll be there.
So Davis will probably play, won't he?
He'll be there. Davis will be there. Sanchez will be there.
And Doherty.
Tanganga. Tanganga will be there probably. And Rodon.
So yeah. And Rodon and Sanchez at the back. So
Dele. Completely forgot about Dele. He's going to play.
Dele will play, yeah.
Dele will play. Maybe not even Winks.
What you think? Dele as the Dele, Skip.
Dele is the cam.
Dele, Skip, and Lo Celso. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean that's a team that should be winning.
Yeah, that's a respectful team.
That's a team that should be winning comfortably, and like the majority of that team didn't play on last week, so So it's good.
Yeah.
Apart from one of Kane or Son, none of them played last week.
Yeah, pretty much, except for if you're playing Skip.
Yeah, skipping one of Kane.
So
or
you
Son.
can change it, but yeah, I just feel like if you put Scarlett in, maybe I don't know. I think I feel like he won't. He's not going to do that. I just got a feeling he won't do that.
All right. What is your score prediction for the weekend?
Well, for tomorrow.
For tomorrow.
No, the weekend's too early for that. If it's that sort of lineup, we should win. I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet, but I think we should win about. I'll go 2-1.
2-1.
It'll be a close game. I think Vitesse are no rollovers. I don't think it's going to be that easy. For that kind of team, we should win, but I don't think it's going to be like the easiest game.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually like
Chelsea B team.
Yeah, literally like the groups that we could have got in the Conference League. This is probably like so hard compared to all the other Conference League groups.
By far the hardest.
You know what I mean? Like Vitesse, like we were talking about the Conference League when we saw all the names in the hat. We're like, who are these names? And then suddenly we're in a group with Rennes and Vitesse, and we're like, oh, this is actually a hard game. This is actually a hard game.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Which is interesting. Even the qualifier, we were like, oh, you know what, this
Passos, yeah, all Portuguese, exactly. Not getting all these other teams, but look, obviously we should be fine in the group. It's not the most exciting game, but hopefully with that kind of team, Bergwijn gets some minutes as well. It'll be good to see him back in the team.
See Galini get a run out as well.
Yeah, Gil again. I'm always enjoying watching Gil play. So I'm excited to see that kind of lineup, but just have to hope we get 3 points and not too many injuries to whoever plays up front.
I'm going to go 3-1 Spurs. I'm going to go 3-1 Spurs. I always get a bit confident before these games, and then when we see it actually with our own eyes on the pitch, I mean, it's just not great, is it, in these Conference League games? And it's like it's just a bit similar to like the Europa League group stages and all that kind of stuff. Just a bit of nonsense football. But hopefully we can get the ball on the ground today and take it to them from the first minute and get a comfortable win and keep that good feeling for the West Ham game this weekend. So I'm going 3-1. My brother's going 2-1. I want to know your score predictions in the comment section below as well, as that is our match preview. But let's move on.
Well, just quickly though, actually, Alistair Gold has just said an update, which is interesting. He says, unless my eyes are deceiving me, or they are just hidden away on another pitch or in the gym, it doesn't look like the 10 outfield Spurs players who played at Newcastle are involved in training at Hotspur Way today. He went on to say,
well, there you go.
I mentioned this in my talking points this week, how I like how like the Passos away and Wolves preparation at the start of the season, it might serve Spurs better to keep the starting 11 to face West Ham in England, preparing for that match on Sunday. So he's implying it's possible that they might not even travel, but we'll see. He's talking about training, so he's not talking about them being on the flight, but looks like there's a possibility that the 10 players might not travel and stay in England.
Which is very interesting, and I
Maybe
think
Scarlett will start. That implies Scarlett will start.
That them not travelling is not a good one in my opinion, because then there's just no options off the bench, even if it's going bad. We need to take them for the options on the bench. Remember in that first leg of the Passos, we had no options on the bench
when it wasn't going right, that was it.
Yeah, and then there's no way to change it. So if that's true, then I can't go 3-1 anymore. That's for sure. If that's the case, then I'm going to go for like something like 2-2 or something.
Yeah, it might even be a draw if we have no options. Well, we could blow them away. And then maybe like get a clean sheet or something. But looks like we are going to go with a very weakened side. And no, I'm honestly not against it. Yeah, we might need option off the bench, but honestly, as I've said before, I want to prioritise the league. So I'm not against that. I'm not against that at all. If it means that we've got a much better chance of putting in a performance against West Ham and we're going to be a lot fresher, I'm all for it. I'm willing to lose tomorrow, honestly, to prioritise the league. That's just my position. So I'm happy with that.